All right, it says we're live. Looks like we got a few people here already. Greetings, welcome everybody. Glad to have you here. Glad we could all be here. Uh, come on in, push in. Everybody push into the room. Don't worry about social distancing. Don't worry about having a mask on. Just get in here, push in, jam in there close, get on your comment section there, wherever you are, on any of the 5 or 6 platforms, and type in where you are, say hello, just like June just did. Hello from the UK. And tell me where you are, say hello, and all that kind of stuff. But most of all, someone pop in and tell me if the audio and the video is working, so I don't do a lot of work and sit here and chat, and it's not working. Like if I didn't turn my microphone on, which it looks like I didn't. Hold on just a second. Why is my microphone not on? Give me just a second. Maybe that's it now. All right. Start this again. Somebody let me know now if the audio and the video is working. Say hello. Come on in. Push in. Everybody get in here. Type in the comment section where you are. Hello, June from the UK. Sorry that I left the microphone unplugged. Hello, War Dog. Hi, I'm from Snowy, Montana. Good to see you. If you're out there, say hi. Come on in. Looks like we're delayed in our comments. Probably has something to do with me not plugging the microphone in. But if you're out there, let me know if the audio and the video is working. Hopefully everybody didn't tune out when they saw that I didn't have the microphone plugged in. It's something that I do. So what happens is after the show's over, if I pull up something like a YouTube or something, I can't hear it since I'm not using headphones or earbuds or whatever unless I unplug the microphone. All right. I'm not getting any comments at all, but I'm going to assume that things are working. We're going to go ahead and do the box thing, and then we'll get in here. All right. June just said can see here perfectly. So there might be a delay. Looks like there's a delay in the me getting the comments. All right. Welcome, everybody. My name is Michael Bunker. This is the Bunker Nation Show. I'm going to be your host for the afternoon. We're doing an afternoon episode because the sun's out. It's a glorious, beautiful day. And I thought I might want to watch something with my wife tonight, a movie or something. And so then I figured I would go ahead and talk to y'all now. We got some things to talk about, and I definitely want to take your questions and comments and anything else you want to talk about. I got some cues here that have been private messaged to me or emailed or from some other format. If you're out there, and I know some of you are because it's showing me, come on in and say hi in the comments section. Let me know where you are, where you're watching from, etc. It is December 26th. We just got through your holiday spate, and hopefully everybody's doing well. Hopefully everybody's feeling good and ready to get 2020 over, although 2021 could be more interesting than 2020. You don't know. Make sure you hit the like button. Everybody go smash the like button. Destroy it. And right here, hello, Oklahoma. Good to see you. It's about, I don't know, in the high 50s right now. Sunny blue skies. You can see the sun coming through my black banner. I'm going to have to end up blocking those windows behind the banner. But you can see the window there. That's not a reflection. That is actually the sun coming through the banner. It's beautiful blue skies here in Central Texas. A little bit breezy. We've had wind for about 4 or 5 days. All right, Bob is here, and he's from Central Texas as well. Good to see you, Bob. Hope to see you in person. January 7th through 9th, I'll be down there. All right, everybody, come on in, push in. Let's say hi, meet and greet. And I'm going to get to a few questions that I already had received. In the meantime, do not wait. The long spates where I'm waiting for comments to come in or I'm waiting for questions is very, very bad TV, bad radio, bad interview, bad podcast. So type them in now while I'm handling these other questions. And then when it's done, I can go directly to those, and it improves everybody's watching enjoyment. All right, first question. I don't have my glasses. I wrote it down here. Someone said, my wife has trouble watching you. Welcome to my life. My wife doesn't watch me either. She said, because she says you are, pardon me, pessimistic. This is not true. So what I want you to do is, since your wife is not watching this, I want you to listen to what I have to say, And then I want you to get her to watch this. I want you to make her sit down and just say, listen, he's in a friendly way going to respond to your point. All right. The reason that, first of all, I explained the logic and reason behind people saying that I'm pessimistic. Because first of all, they don't understand what optimism and pessimism are, and they actually, in many cases, have them 180 degrees wrong. All right. It is never pessimistic to accept and to identify the truth. Not only is it not pessimistic, allow me to quote from myself in my 2011 book, Surviving Off-Grid, which is available everywhere you buy books. And I think in the comment section, in the description down there. It is never pessimistic to embrace or to say the truth. In fact, it is the ultimate act of optimism because it opens up the entire panoply, the smorgasbord of possible options of information that's available to us to improve our lives and make it better. So to say that you're standing in the highway and it's a busy highway and that you're likely to get hit by a car if you're not careful, if you don't get out of the highway or make another choice, is not pessimistic. To the person who's standing in the highway merely because they follow their own unction, whatever it is they feel like they want to do, regardless of peril or danger or bad ideas or anything else, is ultimately pessimistic. It's pessimistic because it denies all the options that are available, and it says that somehow the mind is trapped in this little rut of things that it can do, which is to only follow whatever fantasy or mythology the brain has embraced. So that's more pessimistic than my opinion, which is while I'm in the road, which may feel good for a minute. And if someone says, listen, it's dangerous, get out of the road, I can now have a whole other piece of information by which I can make decisions. So when Michael Bunker sits here and is right day after day after day and month after month about things that are likely to happen, it's not because I want them to happen or even that I'm somehow locked in to anything happening in particular. What I teach here, what we talk about in the Bunker Nation, is that we look at all the possibilities, all the probabilities, and we actually look at them and have all of these different options of things that we can do. We have more options than anybody else because we've looked at the possibilities and the probabilities, and we've actually made a determination on how we should plan, even though it's very likely something totally different is going to happen, or we could benefit from it in the long run. All right. Hello, Mert in Turkey. Good to see you. Ryan's here from Kentucky. That sounds like the Stockdale Paradox. Retain faith that you will prevail in the end, regardless of the difficulties, and at the same time confront the most brutal facts of your current reality, whatever they might be. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I never heard of that, and I'm not sure if that's the same Admiral Stockdale who ran for vice president. The Why Am I Here guy. Maybe like, I don't know, 1998 or something. I can't remember what year, 1992 maybe. Anyways, good to see you, Ryan from Kentucky. Good to see you. Hey, if you're out there, go ahead and push into the comment section, wherever you are. If you're on Facebook or you're on YouTube or you're on Twitch or Periscope, wherever you are, come in and say hi. If you have a question or a comment or something you want to talk about. So going back to our point, there's a thing that's kind of akin to the gambler fallacy. And that is the gambler fallacy is when someone believes because a certain outcome on a random event has happened several times in a row or more often that the opposite outcome is likely to happen in the next, even though the randomized element of that outcome has not changed. And so it's an error. What's up? What do you mean, old dude? Yeah, I am pretty old. Daniel's here from Michigan. And so what we're talking about when we're talking about optimism and pessimism, people that disregard likely scenarios, even if they're maybe 5% likely or 95% likely, they disregard them because they don't like them, is just an act of narcissistic theater. It's a denial of the facts, and it leaves us at a detriment to the possibilities of what we're likely to do. Yeah, James Stockdale, that's right. All right, well, I like that philosophy. All right, so I should read that because not everybody's on the same platform. Ryan says, pretty sure it's the same guy, James Stockdale. This philosophy helped him survive being a prisoner of war. So it's possible to be optimistic, and to believe that having more information and to face all that information honestly gives us more options to choose outcomes that are more likely to be beneficial to us. It makes us happier. What we have to do, though, is we have to burst through that wall that tells us to not know something is somehow better, is somehow benefits us to not know something that's likely to happen. Not that we sit there and pessimism would be to dwell on the negative and to disregard the positives or disregard those things that are likely to happen that could be positive for us. And that is not me at all. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm not that. And so I look forward to 2021. However, I'm not an idiot. And because I'm not an idiot, I realize that we live in a world in which very, very bad things are likely to happen. We are already in the midst of a revolution in this country, and things are not likely to get better when we're spending way, way, way more money than we bring in, and when people have been raised without a simple understanding of civilization and what it takes to build it, and when people have been raised without a simple set of morality that teaches them that to do wrong unto innocent people is a bad thing. They've also been taught to believe that whatever they do, for whatever reason they can rationalize, is justified, and they should never, ever, ever, ever be made to feel bad about it, and therefore shame and those things have been pushed out. So when you have all of that milieu thrust into the same place, it's very likely some bad things are going to happen. At the same time, during those bad things, there are opportunities, and we have an opportunity to know that those things are coming and to plan accordingly. So that's my whole philosophy. So I hope your wife understands that I'm not pessimistic at all. In fact, being in my orbit makes you more likely to have a beneficial outcome than if you were not, because I'm going to try to give you all the information you need, at least as much as I can, and that stuff's going to help you in the long run. There you go. I hope that helped. But please take heart. My wife doesn't listen to me either, mainly because she already knows what I think. And second of all, she gets this in the car on the way to work every day and on the way home. And third, she doesn't like that I'm yelling. She thinks that I'm yelling when I'm not. I'm just communicating. All right, second question. You have mentioned several times you have plans for missions in 2021, not the religious kind of missions. All right, yes, I had a mission in 2020. It didn't start with New Year's Day. It was not a New Year's resolution. It had nothing to do with that. We were already past that. It was actually January 8th, and it was because of the movie coming out. At that time, before COVID, we were hoping the movie was going to start being made in 2021 and the opportunity to play a part in the movie. So I decided I wanted to lose a bunch of weight and get fit so that I might be considered for part of the movie, which thing has happened, not as far as the movie part, but as far as me getting in shape and better able to perform if it's necessary. All right. So the missions for 2021, I'm not going to go through everything right now because I have a lot of ideas, but these are things that I have planned. Number one, I'm going to enter into a second phase of my fitness mission starting on January 8th, which is to comport myself or to place myself in a position to be better and more adequately able to not only picture the role or be the picture of the role, be that part, but to physically be able to handle it. So I'm going to ramp up my efforts pretty dramatically, Lord willing, starting January 8th. Number two, for those of you who don't know, I'll give you a little bit of background. I took 2 years of Spanish in high school and 2 or 3 years of Spanish in college. I've been to Mexico and South and Central America, and I understand quite a bit of Spanish. I don't speak it very well. I speak it very broken. And so I have desired to be fluent. And some of you have followed me for a few years. A couple of years ago, I went through Duolingo and Babbel and all this kind of stuff. But I ended up quitting Duolingo because I got up to what they said was 35% fluent. And then it didn't matter how much better I got. It didn't matter how much quicker and everything else I got. Their needle was stuck. And it was them and not me, because I was doing the exercises every day and I was filling out everything and I was getting better at it. And I could tell prior to that, they actually gamed the system to where people are like, you're like, oh, I'm 1%, I'm 2%, I'm 5%. I hit like 30, 35%. And for a month, it didn't move. So I don't know if they had a glitch in the system or something, but it made me disheartened. So I stopped. So this year, I'm not going to. This year, I'm actually going to keep going. I'm going to use the same energy, the same willpower, the same everything that I did for my fitness. I'm gonna work on my Spanish. I also plan on working on my horsemanship, riding longer and longer, using that as a survival technique to the point where I can ride whole days and be able to go to nearby towns and equip myself and all that kind of stuff. So that's 3 right there. There's actually more, and I'll talk about more of those as we go. All right. Warrior Grandma, hello. Good to see you. This is hello. We'll invite followers, but my internet is bad. Keeps freezing. Have a good day. All right. Well, I'm sorry that your internet is bad. Everybody else, please invite followers. We are at 1,958 or 1,957 subscribers. I really, really, really would love to hit 2,000 by the end of the year, but that's going to require a lot every day over the next 5 or 6 days. If you could help out just to push us through that, please hit the subscribe button. More than 50% of the people watching this video over time are not subscribed. If you would subscribe right now, that would really help because I really want to hit 2,000 for no other reason other than it would be a great accomplishment to put on to 2020. And you, of all people, want someone to have an accomplishment in 2020. And it might as well be me. So if you would subscribe, I would appreciate it. Everybody hit the like button as well. Leave a comment down below if you're watching this and you're a future person. Hello, Ethan. He says, yo, and he's from Alaska, tuning in here to the Bunker Nation show. War Dog Heim says, how do you live in Texas and only speak broken Spanish? It's very easy. Of course, I've hung around Spanish speakers and I don't even speak broken Spanish. The Spanish that is spoken in Texas is more like Tex-Mex. It's Spanglish. It's a lot easier to understand. And most of the time, when someone speaks in Spanish, if I reply in English, they understand as much English as I do Spanish, and we can communicate. I have been to Mexico for as much as 7 or 8 days at a time. And during that time, my Spanish increased, my understanding increased. And so, you know, it's one of those things like riding a bike. And so there are people that have lived here all their lives, even Hispanic people that do not speak good Spanish. And so I hope to get a lot better, but I am not fluent. And so, hello, Montana. Good to see you. And so that's something I'm really looking forward to in 2021 is to get back into Spanish, hopefully get more conversational and to be able to understand more. Sometimes my mind is still trying to the trick is in the long run to not be translating, but actually understand in Spanish and think in Spanish so that it works fluidly and fluently. And that's not where I am. I have to actually stop and translate words and things like that. And by then the person's gone on and I'll have to stop them and ask them a question. All right, everybody. Hope you're all doing okay. Come on in here and say hi if you want to. I'm going through a few questions, but hello, Sandy. Really, really, really want to hear from you. I hope you have a question or a comment that's going to extend the quality and the depth of the show. So get into the comment section. I'll be glad to talk about almost anything you want to talk about. All right, Frozen Chosen from Iowa, Matthews here. Beautiful right down here. I actually have a long sleeve shirt on because I'm in the office, and in the office, I have 6-inch thick walls. Actually, more than that. I said 6-inch. I have 11-inch thick walls. And if it gets cool at night, it cools down in here, and it takes 6 to 8 hours. It's like a dungeon, unless I open up all the windows, and I don't want to do that because of my allergy, which I'm going to get to. Pardon me, allergies are getting better. I'm on day 2 of the carnivore portion of this 1 week, 7-day diet issue. First 3 days, it's not that I'm having an allergy problem right now. It's just I'm a little bit dehydrated and I swallowed a little phlegm. I still have a remnant cough from COVID, which I caught November 16th. And I've been over it for a month or more. But anyway, so what was I saying? I forgot what I was talking about. That happens when you're 53 years old plus. All right. Word.com says, I've been working on my German and French for over 40 years. I still get corrected all the time. Well, you're fluent in more or whatever fluent level you accept in more languages than most people who only have one. So to me, I want to work on Spanish hard, like I did waking up at 3:15 in the morning to work out my body all this year. I'm going to do that with Spanish, and Lord willing, I'm going to continue till I'm fluent, and then I'm going to start on another language. I just think it's something to do, and it's something that would be valuable to me. Can I speak Russian? No, I do know some words, and that's going to probably be the next language. Not because I want to speak Russian, I want to be able to read Russian. So I know that a couple of Solzhenitsyn's books have not been translated, and I can get them in Russian. I would love to be able to read those books. I'd also love to be able to read War and Peace and Anna Karenina and Fathers and Sons and Eugene Onegin and all those things in the original language. All right, so I was saying something a minute ago, and then I got off track. So I'm on day. So I did 3 days of complete fasting, no food at all, what they call a water fast, although I also had coffee. And then I'm on day 2 of carnivore. Carnivore is, for those of you who are not aware, is a diet where you eat really nothing but meat and fat. That's pretty much it. And for the most part, depending on how restrictive you are with it, some people only eat maybe beef. I'm not doing that. But I'm on day 2. I actually started 8 p.m. The night before last. So it's 8 p.m. to 8 p.m. So 8 p.m. tonight will be the end of day 2. I'm doing 4 days of carnivore. Then I'm going to look at things and see how I am. So far, I've lost 10.6 pounds. Yesterday, which was my first full day eating after the fast, I ate 2,700 calories. Although I'm not officially counting calories, I did kind of keep track just from a habit. And I still lost 0.6 of a pound, a little over 1/2 of a pound. I'm not looking to lose weight. I'm not trying to lose weight. That's not a goal of this 7-day diet. I'm mainly doing it because by removing all allergens and not consuming any plant products or any of that kind of stuff, or grains, it's possible to heal your immune response. It may take more than 7 days. I may have to go strictly all fast or all carnivore if it doesn't work. But I can tell you this is the worst time for allergies here in Central Texas, around October to the end of February. And the last 3 days, I have been pretty much allergy free, not 100%. Last night, I get a little irritation in here, some itchiness that goes up, and you can see the bags under my eyes, some face swelling, and I got a tiny bit last night. But walking around, and I've done 10,000 steps today. I'm not sneezing. I'm not congested. I'm not. I don't have any of the inflammation. So either it's been windy, so either the pollen count is really low, which is not likely, or what I'm doing is starting to work. The diet does flush the toxins. The diet does work, especially the 3-day, 72-hour fast does put me into autophagy. After about 18 to 25 hours, autophagy is literally your body eating itself. But in our case as humans, the miraculous of being divinely created beings with intelligence applied, when we enter into autophagy, which happens, like I said, 18 to 25 hours at a fast, and then after that, your body begins to consume cells and waste and damaged tissue. Your body has a signal that goes out, and every healthy cell, every healthy piece of tissue, every healthy piece of connective tissue locks. And the rest of them don't have the ability to. Damaged cells, sick cells, cancer cells, all that kind of stuff doesn't have the ability to lock, and your body will consume them for energy because it no longer has any glycogen, any glucose, or anything else. So it's basically your body is consuming fat, which your body has stored wherever your body stores fat, and it begins to eat itself on purpose. And that's part of the way the body rejuvenating itself. It happens naturally all the time, but for most of us, we consume so much food and we never go into a fasted state And so our body really doesn't spend any time consuming damaged, broken, poisoned toxin cells, and it begins to just sit there and eat sugar. It's the same as you. If sugar's available all the time and it tastes good, that's what you eat. And your body's the same. So if it's got a bunch of, it's not going to eat fat. If you were sitting there and there were a bunch of Christmas cookies or there was some fudge or whatever it is that you like, insert what you like, a plate of that and a plate of gooey, not cooked fat, you're probably going to eat the cookies. Well, that's what your body does. Is it wants to eat the carbohydrates, it wants to eat the sweet stuff, and it doesn't want to eat the fat. So it actually turns that stuff into the fat. So you have more of it in case it ever needs it. I don't want to get into all that. The whole point is during this 7-day thing, in which I'm in day 5, my health has improved greatly. I'm feeling great. I have a lot of energy, and my allergies have been at bay. Now, I did a 7-day complete water fast back in 2017 and knocked my allergies out for 1 full year. 1 full year. It just, I didn't have to do it again. Although I did continue to fast, 3-day fast almost every week. I didn't have to. And so it does seem to be working. My gut feels better, although nobody really feels good. And there probably somebody's going to argue with me. If you've been doing it a long time and you're a zealot, you can eat carnivore and actually feel good. I don't believe anybody really feels good on carnivore, even lions on the lion diet. That's why they lay down a lot for days on end. You get a bunch of food in you that is just kind of sits there, and you don't have any like fiber or anything else. Things can get pretty interesting, and so it's just I don't feel good in that way. I know that I will as soon as I get past this. I'm not a big fan of carnivore for anything else other than as a treatment for autoimmune disease or some type of immunity overreaction. I'm not a fan of it for weight loss or anything else. I'm not a fan of any restrictive diet for weight loss or for long-term health and living. Yes, they work. Please get off your keyboard, banging at your keyboard. I've been doing the peanut-only diet for 47 years. Well, zealots are excused from the conversation. The rest of us enjoy a variety of food because we're omnivores and we were created to be such. And as long as that is true of you, 94 to 96% of people who engage in diets that work, carnivore works, keto works, veganism works, all these diets work. 94 to 96% of you will fail, and you will go off that diet and you will gain weight again. And that's the way of things because we're not made to have highly restrictive diets. By highly restrictive, I mean having part of your diet, having some food type that is normal to humans that you never eat. I just inflamed a whole lot of people. Speaking of inflammation, you got to digest that stuff, and carnivores eat grass to get stuff out of their gut. Yeah, that's true. You do have to digest it, and to me, it's just not natural. And I think after 2 days, the two or three times I've done carnivore, I am craving some form of carbohydrates, just craving it. It's really irritating, or even plant products, as people from the beginning of time, we ate meat. I'm tired of vegans bashing my beloved steak. I am too. I hope you don't think I'm bashing meat. I love meat. I think meat should be part of a balanced diet. We've eaten meat our whole lives. So I don't, our whole existence, pardon me. It's only generally, and I'm going to say only, generally rich white people who begin refusing to eat meat. It's one of the highest signs of privilege that there is in the world. The privilege of having so much affluence that you can actually pay people to make food that tastes like meat out of not meat. So, anyways, you guys get me in trouble. You get me in trouble. I'm in trouble most of the time because you don't realize, but every micro thing I say inflames somebody, outrages somebody. It's not the whole thing or the general idea, but something that I said it just sends them off. Hey, everybody, what I want you to do is make sure that you're subscribed. Make sure you hit the like button. The like button is your friend. It costs you $0. Here's something you can do. You didn't have to get me a Christmas present. I don't celebrate your holidays. I don't celebrate my birthday. Some of you have been following me for 20-some years, and you don't know when my birthday is because I don't care if you know, because I don't care about my birthday. My parents don't give me birthday presents. Nobody gives me birthday presents, and I'm fine with that. That's not completely true. They probably send me something, and it's probably for my birthday, but I don't think about it. What you can do, if you want to give me something, is you can hit the subscribe button, subscribe to this channel, and get lots of good information. We got information on this channel. Just do a search. How to make bacon without electricity and power. How to make candles basically free. We got all kinds of information. Threshing wheat. Baskets, all kinds of stuff. Plus, you have the lives of me sitting here ranting about whatever I want to talk about. And so, since you didn't have to give me a birthday present, you can subscribe, do a like, leave a comment. And if you're feeling really, really generous and you're on YouTube, you can go down here right next to where you type in stuff on YouTube. There's a little dollar sign. You can click on that and you can throw me $1, $5, $10, whatever, so I can pay the bills. If you don't remember from the last show, we've only brought in $31 or $34 in December, and they don't even pay me if we don't hit 100. I don't get that money until we somehow surpass 100 in a future month. So it'd be nice to do that by the end of the year too. So if everybody want to throw in $1, $5, $10, whatever, you can do it. If you're a future person, future people, go down in the comments, in the description underneath this, and there are some links of some stuff you can do if you want to partner and help out, etc. All right, I like Word on Ham says I make up holidays to get myself and the bride presents, and I get myself birthday presents all year long. Yeah, I do that too. And the thing is, if I want something and I have the money, which is almost never, I just buy it. If not, I just think about, hey, if I ever do have some money, or if this happens or that happens, then I'll be able to get it. Let me tell you a story real quickly about how I got myself a birthday present. One of the things I've been really, really, really wanting is a blender. Now, thank you, War Dog Heim, for that. For those of you who don't know how Super Chat works, you just click on that little dollar sign there next to the comment section and fill in the information, and bam, it sends me some money. Yes, that button. Thank you for that, War Dog Heim. So, in the past, of course, I hadn't thought about a blender because I don't have power. I live completely off-grid up at the cottage. Have a little bit of power down here for doing these shows and for writing books and stuff, but up there I don't have any. So then they came out with these things called USB blenders where you can charge them and then you can take them up and you can use them. So there's a really, really cool one that's out that's like one of the top-notch ones, and it's called a Blend Jet 2. And so I finally saved up some money and I bought one. I'm going to do a review on it. It works. It's just, and if all you're doing is like whatever you call them, smoothies, it's going to work great. I wanted to make protein ice cream like on Greg Doucette's channel, which actually gets really, really thick because you put ice in there, and it doesn't work. It won't chop up the ice, and it starts jamming up and it shuts off and all this kind of stuff. So I was disappointed. And one of my desires, one of my wishes has been to have a Ninja blender, an actual Ninja blender. I do have some power now. So even when the sun's out or whatever, I can plug it in to the Goal 0400 or one of the other batteries, and I can actually run it. But Ninja blenders are expensive. So yesterday, I was going through my storage room over here. It's attached to my office, and I see the carafe, the big part of a blender sitting there on the shelf. And I thought, well, that looks great. That looks like it came from a blender. So I looked around, and I found the motor part, and guess what it is? It's a Ninja blender. Somebody at some point sent it to us or gave it to us. And maybe it's somebody that's watching this right now. Thank you. But at the time, I didn't have the power to run it. And I was probably going, how in the world am I going to run this thing? And so I put it on a shelf probably 15 years ago or 10 years ago. And I have a Ninja blender. And I used it yesterday. I made ice cream for Mrs. Bunker and for Sarah. I didn't eat any because I'm still on Carnivore. But I did make some for them. And they enjoyed it very much. So there's that. So that's how I gave myself a present. I went and looked in my storage room, which is a mess. There are so many books in there you can't even imagine, just like the rest of my office. All right, if you have questions or comments, go ahead and get them in here. We're at 34 minutes, so theoretically I could be here another 10 minutes if you have something you want to talk about, but I don't have to be. That's totally up to you. Please, if you haven't done so already, go look below here in the description if you're a future person or whatever, and find the link to my fitness channel. If you've enjoyed any of the things I've had to say about fitness, or want to hear me talk about diet or exercise, or just see me have fun, maybe doing eating challenges, maybe learning stuff, or it's basically a fitness and lifestyle. It could be anything, just like the video I did of me eating McDonald's only for 24 hours after I had not eaten McDonald's, not even 1 calorie in over 30 years. So I did a video about that, and that's on my fitness channel. To find that, go down in the links down here and click on that and go subscribe to that channel. I think we're up to 108 subscribers on that channel. But right now, I'm trying to get subscribers on this channel so that we can get over 2,000. All right. I don't see anything coming in. I'm going to give it a minute or two. I am drinking a sparkling water, which helps me stay full so I don't think about food that much, although I'm eating a lot of calories on the carnivore portion. So my breakfast this morning, if I can recall, those of you know we raise our own animals, and I butchered a bunch of pigs this year. We got our bacon cut into thick cut bacon. You may think you know what thick cut bacon is. For some reason, the butcher, there's a thing, and I saw some at the store too. This is like steak cut bacon. It's every bit of a 1/4 inch thick. And so I had 3 pieces of big, thick steak cut bacon and 3 fried eggs. And I think that was it. I think that's what I had for breakfast. For second breakfast or early lunch, I had 2 salmon fillets, a total of 6.2 ounces, so not that much, and an 8-ounce hamburger patty. And after this thing's over, I'm going to go up there, and I'm probably going to have another hamburger patty with a fried egg on it and maybe another piece of bacon. Like I said, it gets tiring. It tastes great. It's delicious. I love meat, but it gets tiring. I would love nothing more to go up there and eat some of that protein ice cream. Michael, do you have all the batteries now? Okay, I do not. I have all the batteries that I need. In other words, so I had 1 and now I have 5. My system, because it's in series parallel, requires 2 sets of batteries. So you either have to have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, whatever. Because of a miscommunication between me and my father, I intended to have 4 batteries for my system. And so I went up there and he had picked up another battery. So I have 5. One of the things about these batteries is that you don't want to start using them and then add batteries later, usually. I mean, you can do it up to a certain level, but it's not good for the batteries. They work to the level of the worst battery in the chain. So you kind of want to start them all at the same time. So now I have the possibility of having 6 batteries, which is more capacity because I have 5. And my dad picked up another battery for me, but I can't get up there until January 10th or so. So yes, I have all the batteries. I have 5 here at the place, and I have 1 at my dad's place, which is 3.5 hours away. I just have to get up there and get it, which is probably going to be around January 10th. I have the cabling. I have everything I need to put it all together. If between now and then something miraculous happened and I could get 2 more, and when I hook them up, I could have 8 batteries, then I would do it. But if not, I'm perfectly happy with 6 because I was perfectly happy with 4. So having 2 more would be great. It would allow for sure my system to go through the night based on the amount of power I use, and we could charge stuff overnight. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, what God has in store. So right now I have 5 batteries. 1 that is purchased up at my dad's house, and we'll see how that goes. Maybe I'm going to Fredericksburg January 7th through 9th, January 10th. Sarah and I are going to shoot up to my dad's place to pick up that battery. That's the plan. Lord willing, anything could change. Pandemic, civil war, all kinds of stuff. Total storage capacity needs to be consistent across the life of the system. That's right. That's right. So I went up there thinking I was going to have 4, and then my dad had picked up an extra one. Just a miscommunication. I did say 2 to 3, but I did also say I'll let you know based on how much money I have. And then I hadn't talked to him again, and he contacted me and said I picked up 3 batteries because that's all they had available. And so we ended up with 5, which is an odd number, and you have to have, with series parallel, you have to have sets of 2. They're 6-volt batteries, so 2 of them makes a 12-volt battery, and I have a 12-volt system. Probably too much information. All right, everybody, it looks like we're going to be done. I appreciate everybody tuning in. I love doing these things. I don't know how long the lives are going to last. By lives, I mean the live broadcast. They are fun to do. I love to have the communication. Participation is way down. The funding for it is way down. People seem to like the edited videos, even if they're shorter, more, because they don't share these at all, even if they're good. And so I'm just considering things. I'm not planning on canceling the lives right now, but I am looking at it and seeing if people are going to be more participatory as we grow. All right. You going to DC? I don't know what going to DC means. I used to live there, but I'm not planning on going outside of Texas at the point. No, Fredericksburg, Texas. I live in Texas. You may have thought I meant Fredericksburg, Virginia. No, I'm in Texas. Fredericksburg is like an old German town. It's a fun place to go. Ethan says, I just woke up. Very, very common for your generation. I got up at, I usually get up at 3:15. We did not work out this morning, so I got up at 6:15. And I've been going ever since then. All right, everybody, God bless you. Please hit the like button, subscribe, go down. Comments are important. YouTube considers your, not the comments right now. What you're writing right now disappears. It never existed. The comments that are down in the description, under the description, the comment section down there on YouTube is critical because YouTube looks at how people are interacting with your content. Even if you don't care, even if you just woke up and you don't have much to say, go down into the comment section and just say, hey, enjoyed the show, or hey, I think your black shirt looks like doo-doo. I don't care what you say, just say something in the comment section. As always, I appreciate you guys. I love you. I'm trying to help you is all the reason I'm doing this. It's certainly not for the money. And Lord will, I'll see you again. If not tomorrow, maybe the next day. God bless.